common. He's Wolf Blitzer. He's got to sort of keep that allure a little bit.
Right. And I got that Proclaimer song in my head. So I'm singing as we're going.
Which one?
If I could, I would walk 500 miles.
I would walk 500
I'm just,
more.
I'm singing. I'm having a great time. I'm at
In your head, or you're singing out loud?
Out loud.
Oh.
If you can't afford a Lear, okay, and I definitely cannot.
For people at home who aren't, Michael is also an amateur. An amateur? What do you call it?
Well, I don't get paid for it, so yeah, amateur.
You're a pilot. So an amateur, Michael is also an amateur pilot. And when he says Lear, he's talking about a Lear jet.
A Lear jet,
like Norman Lear, or like lurking behind and staring at
Or King
people.
Lear. This is a Lear jet.
Lear jet.
And it's mine. And so you say to yourself, Michael, how can you afford a Lear jet? And the answer is, I can't. I'm on basic cable television. I cannot afford, let alone the Cessna or the Piper. I can't afford those either. Right. So when I'm in the Lear, and you know how expensive aviation fuel is, you're paying through the nose.
Let me wager a guess. I'm going to wager a guess. So if I'm down at the pump and I'm filling up my Jeep, so I'm like at 50. So a plane is about, let's say 6 times the size of the Jeep. So quick math, $300.
No, way more.
No,
way more.
More than $350.
Okay, so private jet fuel generally costs $4.50 to $7 a gallon. Okay.
Okay.
And you've got, let's just say we've got Jet A. And we've got Jet A1. Those are the two most common types of jet fuel. Jet A fuel has a higher freezing point. Jet A1 can handle colder climates. So if I'm going from Savannah to the Big Apple or to Canada, I'm going to go A. Yesterday I was able to get on A1. Anyway, the point is it's very expensive, And I don't have this money.
And you can't afford it.
Cannot afford it even a little bit.
What do?
I get that baby up to its highest possible cruising altitude.
What are we talking, like 15,000? Okay.
Like 25, 30,000 feet. And this thing's not designed to operate at a higher ceiling than that. Then I just shut everything down and coast. And that can save me, that saves me probably $10, $20 on a flight.
And that was the thing that gave me pause, because I'm like, coast doesn't feel like, because is there not, so you're coasting, you shut everything down, right? And then you got to start everything up. And what if, so if it doesn't start up,
right?
Like, what does that means?
Well, that's the risk you take.
The way I see it, that means death, right?
Well, like I said, that's the risk you take.
Yeah, is the risk you take death?
Well, the risk you take is that the thing isn't going to start up again, or that you're going to descend to such a low altitude that you don't have time to get it to start up again.
Start it up. Yeah, right. And so that means death?
Wow.
It feels like to me, the risk you take is the thing doesn't start up and you die. Like that to me seems like that feels like the risk. And it seems like a pretty big risk.
Well, okay, so let me just take you to a.
But you are saving money.
Yeah, at least like $10 to $20 a trip.
I feel like if it comes down to it and we have to vote on it, if the board has to vote, I'm going to go like, I got to side with Michael on this. I mean, I think economics drive the world, and he's clearly thought it through. It seems to know what the risks are, seems to know what, what his alternate plans are, largely death, and is fine with it, because that's, that gets the guy up in the air. I know you're going to go up. Like, I know you're going to go up. Like if I think that if the meteor was coming, if you're, if my guy, T-Bird in the White House there hits the button and everybody knows it's imminent, I think that you'll say to Martha, I'm going to get to the airstrip. And she'll be like, but you know what? I've never said I love you. And you'll be like, listen, save it, kid. And then you're going to get in the car and drive and as the thing's going off, I see you like getting in the bird and heading up to the clouds, because you got to go up. I just know you got to go up.
Birds got to fly. You know, and there's a reason that expression exists, and the reason is because birds got to fly.
Well, because they have wings. And they can't walk everywhere. It's just dumb. They got to use those wings, so they fly.
Well, some of them swim too. Penguins
a bird
swim.
doesn't. Yeah, some of them don't have to fly, but most birds can fly. I think is what you're trying to say.
Most birds can fly and choose to.
It's not as catchy. Most birds can fly, and if they choose to, that's
right.
Yeah, it's more accurate. It doesn't have the same cachet, maybe.
Because turkeys can fly.
How many people will fly with you? Like, will your celebrity friends? I know you're on a big show now, and will your celebrity friends fly with you, or
yes,
do people eschew the option? Or
yes, right up until the moment
Who likes to go up? Oh yeah, and so what's the reaction when you're up there with like? I mean, I don't know who you're up there with. Brooke Barnes, maybe, or
Brooke Barnes.
maybe you're up there with Jen Ortego.
Yeah,
Anderson Cooper. Yeah. So you're up there with like the celebrity of the day. Walk me through what happens when you're like, okay, now we coast.
Okay. So I'll just give you a quick example from my last flight.
Who are you up with?
Blitzer, Wolf.
Wolf Blitzer.
I say,
let me just say, because I need people to know Wolf Blitzer, because I think a lot of our viewers, and look, can we table that for the moment? Because I don't even know.
Sure.
But Wolf Blitzer is, a news commentator on CNN. He's known across the news circles. He's a giant celebrity. But for most people, he's the guy doing the news in the Mission Impossible when the guy writes a manifesto and Tom Cruise and Ving Rhames trick him into reading the manifesto on air, and Wolf Blitzer reads the manifesto on air, and the guy thinks he's done it, but he gives away his secrets in exchange, and then all the walls come down. Wolf Blitzer walks in this Mission Impossible show, and guess what? It's not Wolf Blitzer, it's our good pal Simon Pegg. And so that's Wolf Blitzer. Go ahead, Michael.
All right. So we're both in New York. Wolf says, I gotta pop down to DC. I say, there's a gal that I'm kind of seeing down in DC. Do you want me to give you a ride? He says, sure. He says, are we gonna take the Piper, or are we gonna take the Lear? I say, your call. He says, well, I gotta get there. Let's take the Lear. I say, fine. So we go to Teterboro. Yeah. We get in the Lear.
It's a private airstrip in New York City, folks.
Yeah. I go right up to the ceiling. You know, I'm climbing at a very steep angle. Yeah.
Okay.
And
right. Is he unsettled with that?
He's white knuckling it a little bit. You can see what. But he doesn't want to say anything because I'm calm. No. I'm singing.
You're calm and he's Wolf Blitzer. He's got to sort of keep that allure a little bit.
Right. And I got that Proclaimer song in my head. So I'm singing as we're going.
Which one?
If I could, I would walk 500 miles.
I would walk 500
I'm just, I'm singing. I'm having a great time. I'm at
in your head, or you're singing out loud?
Out loud.
Oh.
And Wolf doesn't even know. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm waiting for him to chime in. He doesn't. He doesn't know the song because he's like 100. He's like 150. Right. Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You got to chime in. That's Okay. He doesn't chime in.
He doesn't know the song. And so I'm ribbing him about that, and we're, he's green about the guilt. You can see he does not like the angle of my attack, but I'm singing, I'm having a great time. And so we get up to about, I don't want to say 33,000, and then I just kill it, and
so what happens is does it go like when you coast, because like I've refused to fly with you, so it goes, so you're like Yep. Okay.
And
what happens to Wolf? By the way, are you wearing the hat I gave you that says "Kiss the Pilot"? Are you wearing that hat?
Of course, I'm wearing that hat.
Sorry,
I'm obviously wearing that hat. I don't fly without the hat. That's my lucky hat.
Yeah. Kiss the Pilot. Okay.
So I kill it, and for a few seconds, Blitzer doesn't say anything, right?
Because he doesn't really know what's happening. Or he's terrified.
I can see out of the corner of my eye, like he's glancing at me as if to say, "Is everything cool? Are we all right?" And I'm just, and I'm just,
but not saying anything. Just kind of looking over, like
I'm just, he's not saying anything. And then he says, after about 5-10 seconds, and he could feel we're starting to descend now.
Oh, and, already. Jeez whiz.
I mean, there's no power. Of course we're descending, you know?
Right, but I thought maybe you'd catch an updraft or something. I don't know how it works.
No, I mean,
so you're descending.
the Lear doesn't catch it. The Lear's a heavy plane.
Yeah, sure.
You know
Of course it is. Yeah.
This isn't like a hang glider. Yeah. You know?
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, we can kind of ride the currents a little bit, but yeah, we're going down, you know? And,
oh my gosh.
And Wolf's saying, "What, is everything all right? Are we gonna, you know, what's going on?" And I'm thinking to myself, Wolf, shut the hell up, because I got to calculate when I got to turn this thing back on, you know, so that we don't smack the floor.
So
and
this is serious business. This is serious business for you at this point. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm not worried or anything, because I'm the one who did it. I do this all the time. But I got Wolf yapping in my ear, and you know, he starts yelling, you know, turn the thing on, turn the thing on. I say, Wolf, shut the hell up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So the cockpit is mayhem. It's like, turn it on, shut up, Wolf. Turn it on, shut up, Wolf, like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Great.
And so all this time, like, we're going down. And I'm trying to keep an eye on the altimeter, and I'm yelling at Wolf. And you know, simultaneously, I'm in a plane. I'm going to snack. Obviously, I'm trying to enjoy my snacks.
You're hungry. Yes. You got to have that. You got to have that at the go. You got to be ready.
Got to be ready.
And you got to pull the thing back.
Once we get the juice back, like, I'm going to have to really wrestle this baby, you know, just to get control of it. And I don't need fucking Wolf Blitzer yapping in my ear the whole time.
No, sir.
So, and at the same time, it's like, I'm trying to maximize my fuel savings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're trying to save the $10-20.
I'm trying to save between $10 to $20.
Yeah.
So we get down to about, I want to say 10,000, 8,000, 7,000.
So you've gone down 20,000 feet.
Oh,
just
in a matter of seconds.
Ooh.
In a matter of seconds.
I guess that's how it works.
Yeah.
I guess that's how it works.
And Wolf's screaming. At a certain point, Wolf starts praying, and I'm like, dude.
Oh, really?
I mean, do you really want to take it to this?
Yeah. So, you know, Wolf is sort of, he's confronted the fact that this very much could be it. And you're just a guy, like, I'm doing the thing that I do every time I'm out.
Yes. And I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, Wolf, I do this shit all the time.
Can I ask a question for the viewers? And I don't even know. Is this a more significant drop than you're used to, like to go from 30 to 7? So do you have a soup zone of concern?
If I hadn't been so angry at Wolf Blitzer in that moment, probably. Sure.
But
he's
emotionally,
killing my vibe.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm just trying to get to DC.
Yeah, and he's teasing your mustard.
I got this dude screaming, crying, praying next to me. For what? Because I killed the power to the jet?
Because I shut off a jet at 30 and it's plummeting down to 7, like, and imminently it's going to crash. What's his deal?
I don't know. I don't want to embarrass him. I don't want to talk out of school.
We watch the Blitz Hour on CNN religiously. What we'll do is, when we'll do the description, the Mission Impossible description, so people will know. And then every time we say Wolf Blitzer during the course of the story, we'll do this. Wolf Blitzer. It'll be like this. Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah, perfect.
So you're up there with Wolf Blitzer. And I'm over there, and I'm trying to land a thing, and Wolf Blitzer is screaming. It'll be like that. So no harm, no foul.
Yeah. So the end of the story is, we get it down to, it ends up being about, I want to say 6,500 feet, you know. Wolf, at this point, I don't want to make any accusations I can't back up, but I'm smelling some shit right now. And I know it's not mine. And I know it's not mine.
It's not yet.
Okay.
Right.
So,
so let's just leave it there.
6,500, I turn the thing back on, and it doesn't catch right away. So
damn it.
Yeah, it doesn't catch right away. And then I'm thinking to myself, did I remember to fuel up before we left? Because if you don't have a full tank, you know what I mean? You know, and there might not, it might not be enough.
Yeah. Is that a thing where you forget to fuel up?
It's forget. It costs a lot of money. So I'm always thinking to myself, how can I can't afford this jet. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Yeah. You know, I can't afford the maintenance.
So it's kind of like when you're driving and the yellow light comes on and you're like, I'm probably good for, like, it's not really going to run out when it says. So it's sort of like that.
Exactly.
So you're both in there screaming in the cockpit.
I'm screaming. And at this point, like, I don't know. He might disagree with this, but at this point, I feel like we had a moment, where it's like, we're both screaming. And I felt like, I kind of felt like, look at me, I'm screaming in a plane going down with Wolf Blitzer. You know what I mean? And he probably felt the same.
Oh, wow. So you never did catch.
No.
It never did catch.
No.
Wow. No. Like, that's not a bad way to go, because it's like, CNN stars, Pancake, and, it's going to be all over. It's going to be the feature story on the news network you work for. It's like, it's going to be something. So you James Bonded it into a farmer's field. I mean, honestly, I think that's the way this story has to end, right? The guy went on a plane, was just trying to get to DC, almost died. And then the other guy said, nah, son, that's not the way that works. And blackout. Solid stuff. Hey, we got to, if you don't know what you're listening to a podcast. And the podcast name is Mike and Tommy Snacks. Mike and Tommy Snacks. And it's a two-part podcast with two hosts, that is. One of them is me, and one of them is my good friend, Michael Ian Black, the guy who decked Wolf Blitzer, and mates. And we just really wanted to get to the snack of the day. And we're all going to operate, as we always do, from the PER system, wherein we pick a snack, we eat the snack, we rate the snack. And today, oh boy, well, we got something. Right, Magic? And
is this even an American snack? This is not a snack I know particularly. I've heard of it.
What's interesting about this snack is I think it is, this one to me feels like, and I do not know at all the origins, but this snack feels like ye old malt shoppy double P's of yore.
Yes.
It feels like the Long Diner. It feels like, it feels like a Marty McFly. And I don't know if it's of an American origin. I'm looking at the packaging, trying to see what.
Full court press weighed in. But my packaging is all in Romanian. Do you have that, Tom?
Yeah, exactly right. I've got like Finzenjag, and then a parentheses, and I can't read it. So, well, folks, what we're talking about, we're to get right to it. What we're talking about, and I think folks, when we raise this thing up, will be like, Romania? UK? What we got here is Maltesers.
Take me to the mall. Stop teasing me.
30,000, 10,000, 5,000, 4,000 farmers field. Wolf Blitzer hitting the ground.
Now, you say you've had Maltesers before.
Sure, in Bagora I have. Have you not?
I don't feel like I have.
Holy hen in a handbasket. Well, I don't want to, as you know, I'm going to play it straight. I'm not going to try and color your perception of the Maltesers, but I full bore know what's up going into this snack, my friend.
All right,
and
well,
I feel like anybody. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you my expectation. It looks just like a malted milk ball, like a what are those called, Whoppers or something? Like little malted malt balls, and that's why it's called Maltesers, because it's got and on the front of the package, it's got a little sort of chocolate testicle, and it's been cut in half, and inside is that spongy testicle-like material that I imagine I would find within my own testicles, and but I imagine in the confectionery world, this is what's known as a malt ball, as opposed to just a ball.
Well, your description is apt. I'll give you that. You pretty much nailed it with the opening sentence, like you expected a Whopper. I feel like you went a little astray when you compared it to a testicle, because I don't believe. I think that the interior of this is what you're going to find to be dry, and I think there's a kind of a glutinous mass inside your testes that does not equate to a Malteser. But vive la différence.
All right, so you're making a few assumptions about my testicles that may or may not be accurate, but
I took you to the hospital that time and had a fucking good look at your testes, right? Yeah. I took you there. I drove you there. You're in the backseat screaming all this stuff. I'm going to die. I'll never have kids, blah, 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 all this stuff. I'm like, can you just calm down? They have modern medicine has anesthetic, and they can sew that up. Just keep your hands cupped around the hole. You're all like, yeah, never good. what am I gonna? People are gonna think less of me. And I remember that argument. I'm like, they're not gonna think less of you. He's like,
No,
"What if I have
no, your
destiny?"
exact words were, they can't think any less of you, which I thought was a cheap shot in that moment.
I was trying to offer succor and comfort. I'm like, don't think that
You
they're
offering succor is how we got into that mess.
Yeah, I know, but look at that's gonna happen. Like we're out there in Vegas. Like, what are you gonna like? Things happen, right? People are gonna rob you at knife point. All right, just grow up. That was the whole thing. I thought, like, can this guy just grow up? He's slashed. His testes are spilling all over the place. We're driving to the hospital. We'll just get it sewn up. We'll get it sewn up. We'll be fine. Then we'll hit the tables. And this guy's making a big deal. And I'm trying to comfort you, going like, look, people can't think less of you, right? So no matter how this plays out, you break even at best, at worst, right? I was just trying to be a good friend.
I opened up the Maltesers, and this is not what I was expecting.
Hey-oh, okay, I like that.
So
I opened up the Maltesers, and it's exactly what I was expecting.
Well, let me see your Malteser. Can you hold it up to the camera there?
Sure I can, Magic. Okay,
so look at the difference with mine. Mine is mottled.
Oh, wait, what's happening with yours? Oh, yeah, no.
Tom's is covered in chocolate the way you imagined it would be. Mine is covered in sort of a mottled chocolate where it seems like
I'm opening up all mine to make sure I don't have one of yours. You might have gotten the bad Romanian batch.
I think I did. Mine look like they have a thin film of some sort of fungus on them.
Oh, wow.
Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not true. But it's mottled. I think just the chocolate is worn off a little bit.
I'm just looking at my bag to see, is there any, well, yeah, there's not a lick of English on this thing, so I can maybe see that happening. We've got 780 kilojoules, so that's something. I'm just trying to see if your package is any different than mine. It does not appear to be.
I think some of the chocolate just got rubbed off in transport. I'm not gonna knock this against Maltesers. I don't think it's their fault. Right. I don't think it's a bad batch. I think it was just bad transport. And again, we can blame Courtney for that. Because Tom, as I was saying to her earlier, we are all about respect for women.
Yep.
But sometimes that respect means taking them down a peg. And this is one of those instances.
So you're turning the fact that you tried to poison one of the two hosts with bad Romanian Maltesers, you're blaming it on us. Understood. All right, that tracks. So look, I'm gonna jump in because why wouldn't I? Because I don't even know if you're gonna eat yours. This is gonna be difficult.
Of course I am. I play it straight. Obviously, I'm gonna.
Yeah. So I just did the thing. I bit in, and it's interesting. I did not expect the chocolate film covering to be as thick as I'm experienced. The direct result of that is the chocolate film becomes liquid in the mouth and invests the dry malt in the interior with a kind of a pleasant chocolate feel. This is interesting to me because now I got to take a second one because I've always been of the camp where like I'm not pro Malteser. No.
All right, I've taken I've had two now, my first two Maltesers, and maybe this is just a thing of expectations, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I like the Malteser better than I thought I would. I think because I was expecting a Whopper, and I know I don't like Whoppers because they're too crunchy and kind of airy in a way that I don't like. I think that's the malt thing. You know, there's just air pockets in it, and you feel like it feels like you should be eating something, and then your tooth just connects with air, and I always find that unsettling. I don't like that. But the Malteser, for whatever reason, it's got, as you just described, it's got a sort of thicker exterior, and then once you break through to the interior, the testicular interior, it's got some nice give to it, which I wasn't anticipating. It doesn't just shatter in the mouth; it kind of gives. It works with you, is what I'm trying to say, and I'm enjoying
the chocolate
it.
And the malt work with each other. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm having the same pleasant surprise because, like you, I'm not a fan of the Whopper. And I know that I've had Maltesers, and I walked into this. It's not that I'm not playing it straight. I am playing it straight. But once you've had a snack a number of times, you sort of know where you stand on it. And I'm pleasantly pleased with the sensation. This is my third one now, and exactly like you say, the chocolate implodes into the malt in a nice fashion. It feels, and I'm sure the people over there in the UK, as Courtney says it, or Romania, as it clearly says on the damn bag, are going like, we have not changed. We haven't changed formula. So you're wrong. You're wrong, Mids host. So I'm thinking, in my head, the way I perceive Maltesers, and perhaps this is true and perhaps it isn't, the chocolate coating was not as thick. This is they're giving you a solid amount of chocolate, and like Michael said, it complements the volume of malt in a very compelling fashion. Like if I do that and I bite halfway through,
yeah,
right,
yeah, full malt. It's full malt in there,
and a solid amount of chocolate.
As promised. Yeah, it's exactly as it's advertised on the package. And here's something I like about the package: they're not overselling it. They're telling you what you're going to get. It's a red bag. It's got a couple of Maltesers on it. They got one cut open so you can see what the inside of a testicle looks like. And they're not saying it's the most delicious thing you ever had. There's no cartoon character.
No.
There's no cute sayings, or if they are, they're in Romanian, so I can't read them. So it's just they're presenting it with you, and they're like, take it or leave it. Well, we took it, and you know what? I like it.
Yeah, they really are. It's not like the folks over there, hippies, who are like bending over backwards to say, we're cool, okay?
Yeah.
Tears in their eyes, bending over backwards, exiting the therapist going, I am enough. These guys are like, that's, I think, feel like the motto is like, is it good? I work, look, I come in 8th, I leave 5. Hey, you like your job? Yeah. Right? That's what Maltesers like, look, you like it? That's good. You like it? Yeah. You like it? Yeah. Right? They're in there doing their thing. Right? And I have a lot of respect for that. They're just like, take it, leave it. Some people like. So they're like, we're going to keep making this thing.
Yeah. And here's my prediction. You're never going to see a pumpkin spice Maltesers. You're never going to see a birthday cake batter Maltesers. You're just going to get Maltesers.
Yeah. There's not the gay Christmas edition Maltesers.
Nope.
Little hat. Yeah. These guys are just like, they're like, and I have a lot of respect for that. They're like, this is what we do. Yeah.
This is what we do.
It's good. They're like, oh, hey, we're selling in UK, we're selling in America. And they're like, we should write package English. Right. Most people who are like sending their stuff over to a different country are like, all right, well, let's work on the packaging.
We should at least translate the ingredients for people.
So people can read what the ingredients are. And
these guys are like,
First off, these guys are like, we dare you to read. Dare you to read package. Go on, so small, can't read.
Go on.
Dare you.
Read package.
Go on.
You like
go on.
Mr. Shakespeare, you like reading so much.
You like to read Shakespeare? Read package. You want some reading? Here. I give you reading. Read package. You have 15 seconds. Read package.
Wait, what happens if I don't? What happens if I don't read it in 15 seconds? You find
just
out.
Read. You see. You'll find out. Just read. Read.
And he's just sitting there smoking his unfiltered cigarette over there in the corner.
Yeah. And it's a harsh cigarette. And he's like, go ahead and read. Like, honestly, I'm gonna pull the phone and put the. I literally have to put the thing on. And
you're an older gentleman. He turned on the light so he could read the package that he can't read.
Bro, party neck. Like, they're like, what? Like, there's percentages here, but there's percentages of Zaire Grazimi, right? So they're like, it feels like the, FDA is going to require in the language in which of the country in which you're selling it to be on the package, or not.
You
want Malteser,
right?
Or you don't want Malteser? You want Malteser? Okay.
You want the Malteser?
Yeah.
You want maybe nice. You want to
hear.
Here is Malteser. Here is watch. You have nice watch now. We don't have to put English on the package. You take watch. We sell as is,
Here's what we'll do. We will call it Maltesers. Everyone can read. Yeah, but isn't it already called Maltesers in the package? Yeah. So, you want? You want
I like
Maltesers?
these guys. These guys are vaguely
Yeah, I
threatening.
like these guys.
Vaguely threatening.
I feel like
candy confectioners.
you don't really mess around. It's a factory down there at the end of this, down by the shipyard.
And you don't
everybody
ask
sorta
what's going on there on the weekends.
No, you don't ask. You don't ask, right? It's as busy on the weekends.
People. They keep the village employed. Some stuff happens there on the weekends, and we don't ask.
Good families. Are the older teenagers a little suspect? Sure. But they're good families. They're not in trouble with the law as near as we can tell. Is it busy on the weekends?
Sure is.
Right? Is there a lot of coming and goings? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning?
Motorcycles coming and going, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning,
You don't ask. You don't ask.
Not my business.
It's not your business. It's not your business. They're not up in your business. You're not up in theirs. It's just how it works. It's just how it works. Woof. Read package, don't read package, but don't cause trouble, right? Nobody cause trouble, everybody's friends.
Everybody happy. Everybody like Malteser. Have a watch. Here's watch for you.
Happy.
He's Rolex.
Here's a watch.
He's Rolex watch.
He's Rolex. It says Vatslik. That's Rolex.
He's Rolex.
Is it? Just trust me, it's Rolex. Rolex watch. Very good watch for you. Very good watch. Take this watch. Go and take this watch. No, I don't want nothing. Take this watch.
Take this watch.
It's for you. Take these Maltesers.
I don't want
take
the
this
watch.
Box.
Take watch.
Take watch, please. You'll take watch and you'll drive this truck. It's just Maltesers. You'll just drive this truck over the border.
Don't look in back. He's just Maltesers.
And you will see Donach. He'll be there. You'll just get out the car, get out the truck, and he'll take from there. I'm to drive the truck over the border.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I drop the truck. This is right.
Yeah.
And then how do I get back? Well, you can walk. It's a nice night for a walk. Well, you can take some Maltesers. I just give you watch. What more do you want? I give you watch. It's a nice watch for you. Take watch. I don't know if I want the watch. You'll take watch. Take watch.
Ratings? I love these guys.
Yeah, ratings for sure. These guys are great. These guys are great. Black leather, shiny, bullet heads, coarse crop black hair, thick necks. Take watch. You take watch.
All right, Maltesers. Ratings.
I gotta rate the Maltesers.
First of all, I'm not convinced it's pronounced Maltesers.
Sure.
Well, let's just go with that. I mean, it could be pronounced Maltesers because it's spelled Maltesers, but Maltesers just rolls off the tongue better. So let's go with that.
I also feel like I've heard that. Like we're not the first people to invent the
pronunciation
of Maltesers. It feels like I've heard Maltesers, but you could be 100% right. We don't actually know. It's like people who go like, "Oh, you're going to Hawaii," and you're like, "Come on, man." You know what I mean? Right. You're like, "Yeah, I'm going to Hawaii." "Oh, you're going to Hawaii?" You're like, Hawaii. "Okay, maybe you're right. I guess Hawaii." And you're like, "Okay, that's probably the correct pronunciation." But
Absolutely
like Maltesers. Maltesers.
Right. I'm not going to say Hawaii, and I'm not going to say Maltesers.
We love Hawaii. We love you. And when you want to fly mates out to Maui to do the podcast there for your board,
we'll fly ourselves. I got a Lear. We can fly ourselves.
Well, Michael will fly himself. You're going to have to fly me. And you're going to have to fly full court press. We'll have like pepper grinders. We're going to have some eggs. We're going to have the pilot not coast. And Courts and I will get there to Maui. We'll get the lays. Hopefully you'll make it. We'll pick you up on the tarmac. And then we'll just go do the podcast for the Board of Tourism in Maui. And we're happy to do it. Mm-hmm. And if you have us pronounce it correctly, we'll do it then when you're paying us to do the podcast in Maui. But short of that, it's just Maltesers for us.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised by the Malteser. I was going into it with pretty low expectations, and I know we're not supposed to have biases coming into these things. You can't help it. We're human beings. So I'm thinking at this. I'm thinking it's going to taste like a Whopper. I already know I don't like Whoppers. I'm not going to enjoy it. Then I open it up, and it's mottled with some sort of fungus. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, what am I going to do? Am I going to eat the fungus? And the answer was, yeah, you got to. You got to play it straight. So that's what I did. And to my surprise, I enjoyed the Malteser more than I had anticipated. I articulated the reasons why. I ate 2. I will not be eating any more, although I sort of enjoyed the ones that I did eat, 5.5.
I have the same story as you, but it's a little further down the track because I've had Maltesers, and I was not a pro Malteser guy. I don't necessarily think that I am a pro Malteser guy. In the great snack aisle of life, am I going to grab them Maltesers? No, but I'm grateful that I've had this experience with these Maltesers. I'm great that Maltesers has corrected me in my thinking, because I will not speak ill of the Malteser. I thought it was well crafted. I thought we always talk about, the ratio of the ingredients in the snack, and this ratio is beautiful. Like the way the chocolate complements the malt and vice versa. I too was pleasantly surprised. I thought I would have one and that would be a day. I've had half the package. Very much enjoyed the Malteser. Where I'm reticent is, I don't want to get in any trouble with these guys, obviously. You don't want trouble with these guys. But at the same time, will I willingly select a Malteser? No, but I'm happy to be shown the correct road. I'm happy to be knocked straight with the Maltesers. I appreciate the Maltesers. I like Michael Maltesers 5.5.
See you next week.
See you next week.